Hey Toolerinos, this is the tool haul from our trip to the 2023 Lagrange Antique Power Show in Wellington, Ohio. I'm going to start from this side and just work my way across. First up is a massive flathead wood-handled screwdriver. The ferrule is cracked, but the screwdriver is 16 inches long, and it does have an interesting marking here. I'm going to have to try to look this up. If anybody out there knows what it means, by all means, please enlighten me. USS, and then it says CH and dry. So, not sure what that means. I'm not familiar with it. So I have to look that up. And if any of you out there know, please tell me in the comments. Next item is a spectacular die, handle and dies. So this is for threading. This is not a tap handle. This is for threading the outside of things. And it's pretty spectacular. I did pay $5 for it. I think that's basically the most I spent on anything on this trip. And let's see if I can get it to show up real good there. It's the Morse Twist Drill and Machine Company, New Bedford, Massachusetts, and there is a patent number or a patent date there. If I can find the patent, I will, of course, put it in the video. And the dies say MTD and MCO for Morse Twist Drill and Machine Company. And down here it says new model A or V. Alright, so pretty awesome item. Very happy to find that. Here we got a little one, nice little clamp, Fraser and Jones. Never heard of that one before. Syracuse, New York. Pretty awesome little clamp. It's still tight. The foot spins. It's perfectly functional. So, awesome little clamp. Alright, picked up another one of these massive wrenches. I know, I don't really need any more of these, but it was just so big and it was only $2, 15 inches, and it says here, manufactured under L. Coe's Pat's steel, and on this side, Coe's Wrench Company, Springfield, Massachusetts, USA. So, just an awesome big old Coe's, and the jaws are in really good condition. There's hardly any damage to them. Nobody used it as a hammer. It has the little bit of slop back and forth, but it closes up nice and parallel. So, I thought for $2, couldn't go wrong. Next up is a power screwdriver attachment, new in box. Also paid $5 for this. It's in like new condition. It has a little chuck thing here that you tighten with the Torx. And the two original Phillips and flat bits are with it. And interestingly, this says made in Toronto, Canada. But the Phillips bit is a Bridgeport, made in USA. Has the paperwork inside and everything. So pretty cool, I thought, for $5. Next up, now this was in a $2 bin. It was, this $5 tag was on it, but this was part of a box of $2 stuff. And it says C.A. Powell. And on the other side it says Cleveland O. So made in Cleveland, Ohio. And I first saw it and thought it was like an oil filter wrench. but that size, and of course the tag tells me it's a jar opener, you know, for like opening mason jars. So it's really a kitchen tool, but it's awesome and made in Cleveland, Ohio, so it came home with me. Next up is a massive, will even fit in the frame, a massive tap. And if we take a look here at the full length, it is 18 inches long, and just the threaded portion is 6 inches long, and the threads take probably half or better of that 6 inches to develop the full thread depth. A little better than half. So this starts off very gently, so it will definitely be straight in the hole and take off a tiny little chip at each tooth, and could probably tap something pretty hard, I suppose. So it's really awesome because it's also from a company I've never heard of, W.L. Brubaker and Bros Company, Millersburg, Pennsylvania, 7/8 12 USF, made in USA. At the top says J9, and there is a logo there as a shield, and it has a WL above and a B down below for W.L. Brubaker. So luckily I found the markings. You know, this was completely all covered in this thick either paint or grime. And I started wire brushing there to see if I could see something. I said no, I just skipped down to here, and second try I found the markings. So pretty awesome. Again, this was $1, so it's a total gem for me for $1. Here I picked up a used hammer handle. It's got some chip checking, or a big chip down here on the handle end, but I can shorten that handle. It's pretty long, and you can see here it was a Mac. So the other end looks in pretty decent shape, so I could certainly use it to hang a new hammerhead on that. This was just a 50-cent item. It says Anders. I'm not sure if it'll pick that up. It's pretty faint. It says 5 Anders A6. Just wasn't familiar with that brand. I don't see any made in anywhere on it, so I'm going to assume it was made in USA, but I don't really know. Next up, a pair of diagonal cutters. They're very stiff. They needed a little work, but I really bought them because they say France. I'm not sure if it means Southwest France, and then it says steel, but I'm trying to get something from as many different countries around the world as possible, and although I think I had something from France, I wasn't sure, so I think I got this for $2 or $3, so definitely followed me home. Alright, this was cool. It's this big multi-wrench, you know, sort of thing, but it is a Arco Mossberg Company, Attleboro, Massachusetts. So anytime I see Mossberg on something, I automatically want it. Here is just your typical auto wrench, made in USA. It's a 9-inch auto, I think, but the jaws are near perfect. There's one little dent there. It closes nice and parallel. It doesn't even have much side slop. It is the nicest auto wrench that I think I've ever come across. So this will be a nice cleanup and never use, right? Use the other ones. Save that one. Alright, I'm actually going to save this for last. This was another interesting item. It's number 2718 9/16 Walden Worcester, made in USA, with a patent date. You know, I can see the camera can see it, but my eyes can't read it. But I'll look up the patent. And, you know, this too was in the $2 box. And I thought originally that this socket just would have been removable, and this would have been like a T-handle for using on sockets. But the fact that it says the size here, and the socket is pinned, I mean, it is a 9/16 socket, but it's got a roll pin there. This I found in a dollar bin, and you know, you couldn't really read it till I wire brushed it, but it is a Miller's Falls number 69. The tip is in okay shape. It's really small there at the end, so there's plenty of room to grind that back a little and make it nice and square and still be a perfect screwdriver. And the handle, of course, could use a good cleanup, but it's like one of those ball type where it fits right in the palm of your hand and you can get a really good grip and push on it. So I'm excited to clean that up and actually use that. Here's another mystery item. It says Draw Tight Company, Belleville, Michigan. Draw Tight is like a hitch company. So I mean, this thing is blunt. It's not a chisel or anything. So I don't know what this is for. So if any of you out there who know stuff about hitches and whatever, please let me know what you use that for. Here's another used hammer handle. It's a little bit on the short side. It gets pretty narrow up here, but it's definitely something that could be repurposed if you set the hammer head a little farther down and make a short handle hammer out of it with it, right? And the final item, I got this out of a dollar box, and just thinking it was a nice, sharp, really big brace bit. I thought, you know, it'd look good, it'll work. I'll bring it home because I wasn't sure if I had one this big. Pretty sure I don't have one this long. But after I cleaned it up, so it's really hard to read the upper part here. It says, I think it says the Irwin BT, recorded U.S. Patent Office, made in USA, sure bore 18-inch. And then the magic happened. It went out of focus. There it goes. Bell System. I finally found a Bell System tool. I have been looking for a long time. I keep seeing everybody else find Bell System tools, and I never find any. So I finally found one. One in the dollar bin, where there was probably 5 more of different sizes. They were probably all Bell System. Oh well. I guess I should always keep a piece of sandpaper and a wire brush with me so I can inspect these things, right? Oh well, lesson learned. Hey Tourinos, I almost left out one of my best finds. For $5, I picked up this Federal brand dial indicator made in Providence, Rhode Island. Apparently it's model D21, and it is a balanced dial indicator or a test dial indicator because it has a plus and minus direction, and so it's not designed to keep going round and round with a secondary needle anywhere. It is for testing a setup of a part, you know, in a machine tool, or maybe for testing runout. But every tick mark is 10,000ths of an inch, so it's a pretty good size dial. So easy for my aging eyes to read. Right? It says full jeweled Federal, Providence, Rhode Island, and there it says Miracle Movement. So I thought that was a pretty good deal for $5. So if anybody knows anything more about any of these items, please feel free to educate me in the comments. And enjoy a few clips from the show of the steam engines. And thanks for watching. Well, here we are at the annual Lagrange Antique Steam Tractor and Engine Show in Wellington, Ohio. We're here on Sunday. We've never been here on a Sunday before. It's much more subdued with a lot less people, but it's lower stress and it is still enjoyable, especially with the insane number of steam tractors here. So I'll just be quiet now and walk you past them. Yeah. I don't know, this one's just speaking to me, probably because it has no roof. And there's one out there on a trailer. I love the sound when they're under load. This is an awesome little one. We could fit this in the shop.
There's rumors it's supposed to be building three more. I don't know if that's true or not. Oh, I found it. Boy bought it. Work that, then bought it. Yeah. Pretty impressive.
Did something right.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, pretty impressive. Wow. Yeah, I gotta look it up. Yeah, Corey Anderson, 156. Yep, never knew. Yeah.